solving this problem, maybe.
Okay, we'll give you
I mean,
7 minutes.
we can make a start here. Um, growth of digital services, and obviously, when we are talking about growth of digital services, this is growth of data as well, along with that. Growth of digital data, and as you spoke about, uh, gigabytes and terabytes of data. And all of us were very, very happy with that. Lot of data, lot of leads from that, lot of patterns, behaviors, and life was slightly easy with so much of data. And then there is a spoiler, DPDPA, right, which is Digital Personal Data Protection Act. And few months back, we also had draft rules, which says that you cannot keep the data beyond after the specified purpose for which data is obtained. You cannot keep that. If you want to keep and use that data, you need to have consent for that. For everything you do on that data, whether cross-sell, upsell, sharing of that data with anyone else as well, within the group, outside of the group, all that needs to be consented. If you do not have consent and if you continue processing, that is equivalent to data breach. Fine is 200 crores Indian rupees, which is enough incentive for all of us to look at how to solve this problem. We want to keep data, we want to grow, and we want to obviously continue the way we are using data. And concern is there could be a compliance risk with DPDPA. Concern is there could be a reputational risk. If there is data breach, no company would like their name to appear on the first page that so many millions or billions of records got leaked. There could be a financial risk. There would be a risk of losing customer trust and confidence on you. If your company's name appears every other day in the newspaper, obviously, given a choice, customer may or consumer may choose to go to some other company rather than your company. So these are all the concerns and all the risks. And how to solve that? There are so many things, and both of them learned speakers and professionals. They spoke about a lot of things, and all those things are definitely part of the solution. But if I were to summarize, I can summarize that into 5 key areas which you can look at. That could be a solution for any company for complying with overall privacy requirements, building customer trust, and obviously one of the side benefit would be compliance with the DPDPA as well, and DPDP rules as well, as and when it is finalized. So what are these 5 things? First of all, understanding footprint of personal data in your organization. And how do you do that? There is something known as data discovery. There are data discovery solutions, automated solutions, manual solutions available. This is to understand where personal data is in your organization, which servers, which data lakes, which machines, and discovery will lead you to classification. Once you classify the data, you can have all the controls which we spoke about. You can configure your DLPs, you can configure your DRM solutions, you can configure your SOCs, or all the solutions once you understand where the personal data is, and you classify that. So that's the first thing, understand the entire blueprint of personal data in your organization. Since if you do not know where personal data is, where the problem is, you cannot solve for that. So that's the first part. Second part, very quickly, is minimize that. Because we were never, or rather at this point also, we are not comfortable deleting even a single record. So looking at all the files, we may have accumulated data over last many years, 10, 20, 30, the day digitization started, I think we would have kept everything in archival tapes and so many other things. And minimizing that, the things which are not required, things which are not in line with the DPDPA requirements in terms of data which is not consented, data which is not used anymore, remove all of that, get rid of all of that, minimize that. That is the second way you reduce your risk surface by doing that. So at least then you have slightly lesser problem to deal with. So that is the second thing, data minimization, and it could be followed by various other things in terms of what Pawan spoke about, privacy by design, and so many other things could follow data minimization. Third thing which someone can do is apply security safeguards. That is also one of the requirements. If you look at Rule 6 of the DPDP draft rules, it has a list of reasonable security safeguards. You can look at that rule. It talks about encryption, masking, anonymization, access management, and so on and so forth. Not very prescriptive, but at least there is a list to start with, that what you need to apply on personal data which is protected by DPDPA. So that is the third thing you can do, and that will ensure that you minimize even data breach and data breach incidents. You minimize various other non-compliances with the act. The fourth thing which you can do is looking at your data flow within the organization, from where data is coming, personal data is coming, where it is going, where it is getting shared, and also map all of that with your customer journeys, with your employee journeys, with your vendor journeys, and ensure that you have given right notices in line with DPDP Act, you have taken right consent, and that is what would help you in your any processing which you do. You would have at least a baseline to compare always whenever you are doing processing. So that's the fourth thing you can do. And the last and the final one is data, so far as when it is within your organization, within the boundaries of your network and your security parameters, you are able to very well protect that. You can think of whatever solutions you want to apply on that. As soon as it leaves your organization, your control becomes very, very less. And that is where data shared with third parties, that is one of the important things to consider. You can look at contractual protections, make them also liable for any non-compliances with the DPDP Act if there is any breach happens on their side or any non-compliances on their side. So contractual protections and ongoing governance on them in terms of assessments and overall monitoring on them. So these are some of the things which will help in coping up with the proliferation of the digital services and the personal data which has grown along with that.
Thank you, Samir.